Come on. Issue over there. That one don't want to work. Just one more to go, one more camera. Okay, we've got to wait on that one. I think we're ready to go. That one's not working. This one. Alrighty. I think we're about ready. Live. We got one camera that's not working. What are we going to do with one camera? Uh-oh. Hold on.
Stars and dive into the deep.
Almost ready. Come on. Okay.
Building your legacy through love and brain. Julie knows that fire in your soul.
Come on, you're down now. Nope, not yet. All right, I think we're ready. Alrighty. I see that. Thank you. Almost ready. Got one more camera to go. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's do this. All right, you ready? All right. Who do we have tonight? Good evening, and how are y'all doing today? I think we're done here. I think we're done. Done with the mood music. There we go. Done with the mood music. Let's go there. Let's go here. And I think we are ready. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I'm investing in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. Yep. Oh, whoa. What the hell was that? Wow. Gonna wash that one down. As I was saying, simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week. That being said, we got a low battery over here. All right, so this one's not working, so I'm going to unplug this one. So much for you. Plug this one in because we want this one to work. There we go. All right. As I was saying, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. And I know that's over 50% per year. It is what it is. You don't believe it, that's perfectly fine. Really not going to affect me very much. But here's the thing. My 9-year-old daughter back in 2008, Jonathan, I see you there. My 9-year-old said, Daddy, can you teach me what you're doing? Well, I'm investing in the stock market, so how do you teach a 9-year-old how to invest in the stock market? Let's push this back a little bit so we get a full view. All right, that's better, I think. Wait a minute. There we go. Now we can see everything. All right, so My 9-year-old wanted to learn how to invest in the stock market. Well, most adults don't understand it. So how am I supposed to explain this to a 9-year-old? Think about it. Simple. She's only 9. Safe. I don't want her losing any money. Consistent. Well, it has to be something she can do over and over and over again. Predictable. Well, it would be kind of nice to make sure she's on the right track. And then no way for her to lose. That's number 5. No way for her to lose. Now just call it amazing. Hey, Dr. Corey, how you doing? Dr. Corey made a fat chunk last week. He did. Anyway, so for the 9-year-old, we had to come up with 5 rules. And it's probably true that most adults are going to need rules also. I got to change this camera just a little bit out of whack. There we go. That's better. So most adults are going to need guidelines also. So the guidelines for my 9-year-old are going to be the guidelines for you guys. You ready? Rule number 1. Never buy something you do not understand or you do not want to hold on to long term. If you don't understand it, you don't know what they do, you don't know anything about them, don't buy it. We looked last night. 11,008. 11,008 different companies you can invest in. So how do you know what's right for you? Let me break it down just a tiny bit. I'm not looking for something that shoots to the moon because we have seen it over and over and over again. A company that starts out and jumps up over 100% by the end of the year. Well, it'd be great, but they don't do it every single day. And I don't need 100% at the end of the year because if I buy it in January, I got to wait all the way into December to pick up that money. That just doesn't work for me. I need cash flow because my bills come due every single month. Okay? I'm going to get to the questions in a second. Just let me finish up with my introductions, all that kind of stuff. So the cash flow is what I'm looking for. Now, I want it consistent and predictable. I want it every single week. Now, just like anything else in life, if you want something, you got to put some effort into it. So it's going to take you about 5 or 10 minutes a day. Terribly sorry if 5 or 10 minutes a day equals 50% by the end of the year. Think about it. If you have a cat or a dog, you got to water it, you got to feed it. Take it out for a walk, clean up its mess. Okay, the children, you got to feed, clothe them, and house them. But here's the thing. Those are not going to be around when you retire. The kids are going to move out, the pets are going to come and go, and you're left with nothing but your money and your spouse, your partner, whatever. So doesn't it make sense to take care and tend to your money on a consistent basis? Well, what the hell is that? 5 or 10 minutes a day. That's it. So what we're going to have to do tonight is you're going to give me suggestions on companies that you like that you want me to take a look at. Great. We'll take a look at them. We'll put them in the chart. We'll take a look at the numbers and see if it makes sense. So what I ask of you, give me some good companies, specifically dividend stock companies, companies that share their profits. Okay? Now, for me, I like 2 decades of profits. That's 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years. Yeah, Josh, I see. You want to take a look at QQQI. I'm going to show you QQQI, and you're going to be disappointed. Just chill for a second. I'm going to get to it. Okay? First off, let's say hi to everybody in the house. KJ's here as always. Way to go, KJ. What else do we have? There we go. And over here, who do you got? We got CJ. Hey, we got KJ, and we got CJ. Nice. Down here, we got Dr. Corey. We got Kissable. Cool beans. Over here, we have... I want to say hi to everybody. Hold on. We got Giovanni back again. Andre, Bissoon, cool. Panda, what's happening? Suri, what's going on? Green, Mr. Green. How you doing, Mr. Green? Hopes are well. Great. Rachel, good evening. Gordon, Frodo Wagons. Thank you there, Frodo. Oscar's house, thank you again. Blue Horseshoe, new here. I see that. Brian, we'll take a look at Riot in a little bit. Deep Diver, AGP, never heard of it, but I'll take a look at it. Dr. Jason, how's it going, Dr. Jason? DJ U2 Smooth, cool beans. What do I think of XRP? We'll take a look at it. Don't think you're going to like what I got to say. What's up? Cool. All right, Mo, what's happening, Mo? Zobi. Okay, Zobi. Deep Diver, sorry. Okay, Jay, Morty. Okay, we'll take a look at all those. Give me a second. We got some people over here. Got to say hi to everybody. It's only proper, right? All right, who do we have here? Over here. Wow, we got a lot of people in here. Okay, who do we got? Farmer Dan, Melvin, Jumpin' Jack Flash, Jack Nash, Panda, Jennifer, Zabu, Antone and Tony, good evening. Mick, Tom, Juan Carlos, Dan, Reza Baba, Art Snell, Jerry, Flavorish Walker. Okay. Journey, Eric, Jonathan, Frito, Sports Review, GD, Sir, Oak Tree, Alberto, Jerry Freisinger, Adriana, Lulu, Morty, Vermo, is there no, okay. Adrian, Smabrut, Chrissy, James, Pancake, okay, Fox, Biggles, Vegas, Lisa, Norm, okay, oh wow, I got way too many people to say hi to. Oh, I'm sorry guys, let's just get the ball rolling and just get jumping on into this. What do you guys want to take a look at? What do we got? Jackson, Ellie, Zach, John Wayne, Sir Tank, Kool-Aid, Mr. Miller, 70 Javelin. Holy cow, I haven't seen a 70 Javelin in decades. Tracy Wright, Organic Guy. Dan, Lisa, how's it going? Water, Thailand. Save selfies as preview. Okay, whatever, without flip, blah, blah, blah. Charlie, Tony, Carla, Feast, Andre, Joe. Wow, a lot of people here tonight. John, Diane, Dynamic, another John, like 3 Johns in a row. Scott, Leslie, Olivia, Mary, Seeking Gnostic, Jose, Anna, Alexander, how you doing? Ooh, GD wants to take a look at Dollar Tree. Jerry, close in enough. Can we see how last? Okay. Let's take a look, Jerry. Hold tight, sit tight. So, that being said, let's take a look at everything we're looking at. And let's do this. First thing on the list, Josh was first. Josh, you're not going to like what I have to say about QQQI. I have very strict rules, Josh. And one of my rules, as a matter of fact, rule number 3, Josh. Rule number 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Do you understand what that means, Josh? Consistently profitable. Let's put in QQQI. QQQI. Oh, that doesn't work. QQQI, there we go. First off, number 1, Josh, I don't do monthly options. Okay, I got 5 very simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to own. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. Rule number 3, Josh, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule 4, weekly options only. This is monthly options. I don't do monthlies, they just don't pay the same. Not worth my effort. And number 5, make sure all the numbers work. Just like a good movie, everything's going to come together by the end. You'll understand everything a lot better. So let's get the ball rolling. So Josh, number 1, I don't like QQQI. I don't do monthlies. But worse than that, Josh, let's check out the profitability of QQQI. Right here. QQQI. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this is Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is a financial website. It allows you to see what your stock is doing. Now, why isn't this thing charging? Okay. So, that being said, let's take a look at exactly how profitable QQQI is. You ready, Josh? Here we go. NASDAQ QQQI High Income ETF. The dividends only. Now, the reason I only want to look at the dividends is because I am a lazy trader. I don't want to look at 20 years of quarterly reports and annual reports. Because a short story, real short, if the company is profitable, meaning they make more money year after year, they increase the dividends. That's the money. Why number 1 stock we investing in? Ra, sit and chill for a second. We're going to get there. Squirrel. Yes, I have ADD. I have a problem staying on track. It is what it is. And I'm okay with it. Because I know it and I'm okay with it. It's good. Okay, chill. Okay, so QQQI. The dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to us. So, you can look at it two different ways. If the dividend consistently increases, that means the profits consistently increase. If the dividends go down, that means the profits are going down. They go hand in hand. You cannot increase the dividend without increasing the profits. You can't increase the profits without increasing the dividend, hand in hand. So, I'm going to bypass all that crap. I'm not even going to look at it. I want to go right to the dividend. If the dividend increases, the profits increase. It's plain and simple. It's kind of like Cliff Notes, if you know what a Cliff Note is. You don't have to read a whole book. Cliff Note is just like 5 or 10 pages. Tells you the whole story. So, let's take a look at the Qs. Now, remember what I asked Josh. I want 2 decades of profits. Stock market's been around for over 400 years. I don't think two years is a lot to ask. Sorry, not 2 years, 2 decades. That's 20 years. 10, 20 years. That's what I want. Okay? So, let's check it out. Now, 20 years ago is going to be 2006. So, I want to look at the maximum amount or all the dividends. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm going to go all the way back. That can't be right. Maximum amount of dividends. Are you kidding me? QQQI? Only February 2024? This thing's only 2 years old? Why would I want to put my money into a 2-year-old company? Now, don't get me wrong, it has great potential to grow. But guess what it doesn't have? It doesn't have any historical performance. It doesn't have a track record. I'm 62 years old. There ain't no way in God's green earth am I going to put my money into a 2-year-old company. I don't care what it is. But for the benefit of the doubt, let's take a look at the numbers. 59, 60, 58. I got a problem right there. Okay, now progression, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, so on and so forth. No, not 59, 60, 58. That's going backwards. That just doesn't work. Well, third camera's ready to go. There we go. And we want to do that one. Give it a sign up. Okay, so 58, that went backwards. 61, 62, 61, backwards again. 64, 60, backwards again. Now, see, when a company doesn't increase its profits and the dividends drop, well, now I started at 59. Now I'm at 60, where I should be at 70. Okay, so we got 59, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher. Hold on, we got some more to go. Lower, lower, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, lower, lower. Why the hell are you putting money into something that keeps dropping? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. What the hell are you thinking? Seriously. Seriously, don't you check the numbers to see if it's profitable or not? If it's not profitable, why are you putting your money there? It just makes no sense to me whatsoever. Why isn't that working? Get out of that. Go there. Okay, that works. One more. There we go. Title. Come on. Hold on. There we go. And done and start. There we go. Okay. So point blank, Josh, I appreciate that you appreciate it. Thank you. But think about it, Josh. Wouldn't it make more sense to find a company, or if you like ETFs, great. Find an ETF that's profitable, not one that goes up, down, up, down, up, down. Hershey, we'll take a look at that in a little bit. Let's go back to where we were. Okay, QQQI. Deep Diver wants to look at AGP. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never heard of it. AGP. Let's go find out. What is it? What does it do? AGP. All right. Unfortunately, AGP has no options. Rule number 4 is pretty simple. Weekly options only. Sorry, Deep Diver. No. Brian wants to take a look at Riot. RIOT. Now, I like Riot. I bought it before. First thing I want to do, I look at the same thing every single time. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Make it simple. Make it easy. Don't complicate it. Adults have a tendency to make things more complicated than it needs to be. So, first thing I want to see is a 1-year chart. I want to know where's the high of the year, where's the low of the year, where was it a year ago, where is it now, and what has it done? Up, down, sideways, up. Simple. Keep it as simple as possible. It takes you 2 to 3 seconds. High, low, was, is, up, down, sideways, up. That's it. That's the direction over the last year. Okay, what am I looking for? Well, I don't want to buy it at the high of the year, see? I don't want to buy it at the low of the year. It's somewhere in between, which works for me. Now, before I go deeper into the chart, is this going to be financially feasible for me to invest in? Let's take a look. The current price, $18.11. $18.11, $18.11, $18.11. That number is going to go down in history as the closing price for today. That's what the price is, $18.11. So if I'm going to buy it at $18.11, I'm going to sell it at $18. And I'm going to sell this week's, not May 8th. Why do I have that open? So this week, the 18s right there are going for 75 cents. Now, I know you're probably thinking 75 cents isn't crap, but it's 75 cents per share. So each share you have, 75 cents. That, think about it. If I buy it for $18.11 and I sell it at 18, I'm losing 11 cents. Okay, but I'm bringing in 75 cents, so I'm actually walking away with 64, and 64 is over 3%. Now I'm looking for 1%. Because 1% every week is over 50% by the end of the year. 2%, over 100% by the end of the year. 3% a week, that's over 150% by the end of the year. And all it takes is 5 to 10 minutes a day. Pick a good company, make sure it's doing the right thing, up, down, up, and then go from there. So the numbers look okay. The 1-year chart looks okay, so let's zoom in and see what the last 30 days look like, because the last 30 days is going to give us a good idea of where it's going next. Okay, so 30 days ago we're at 13, we went up and down. Here's our 30-day bottom. That's important. 30-day bottom shoots up to the 30-day high, pulls back up again. All right, up, down. Now she's continuing going up. The 811, let's see what rate of return Riot is going to give us for 1 week. Let's check it out. Let's get this out of the way. Let's look at the covered call. Now the covered call is right here, changing it. Okay, now these are all the different trading strategies you can do. Now I always tell people who are, especially those that are new, Drew Dank, what's happening, Drew? How you doing? So if you're just starting out, you should always stick to something simple, something easy, and something predictable. Now, I'm showing you a strategy for a 9-year-old. So, I'm like to think that you'll be able to figure it out. So, I want to do the covered call. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, and it's consistent. And I'm going to show you in a second. But, remember we said 18? Well, let's buy it at 18. Okay, let's do the covered call at 18. There it is, just one contract. Now, just one contract will give you an idea of how much it costs and what your rate of return is going to be. And then it's up to you to decide, a few questions. Number one, does it make sense? Number two, do you like this company? Number three, how many do you want to buy? 100, 200. Now you got to buy 100 at a time. 100, 200, 300, 500, 800, 1,000. Okay? 100 contracts. Wait a minute. 100 shares equals one contract. Okay? Now, if you don't have enough money for 100 shares, we're actually doing a seminar coming up at the end of the month. We're doing one in Vegas and we're doing one in Burbank. So we're going to show you both this strategy and the strategy if you do not have enough money to buy 100 shares. So it's something for everyone. So, that being said, here's the order. This is what it should sound like. I always tell people, read it out loud to make sure it makes sense. So, I'm going to buy one covered call of Riot. 24 April. That means this option is going to expire this coming Friday. The $18 call option, now that's going to give me a $69 profit for each contract. Now, it doesn't mean anything at the moment because you need something to compare it to. So if the profit's $69, my investment is $17.31. Now you're probably thinking, why would I pay $17.31 for a $69 profit? Well, here's the thing. You ready? If, remember rule 1 and rule 2, never pick something you don't want. Riot, I like Riot, why not? Okay. Number 2, never sell it for less than what you paid for it. So if I'm buying 100 shares at $18.09, I'm going to turn around and sell it at 18. I'm going to walk away with a profit of 69, and it's going to cost me $1,700. So think of it this way. Think of it like buying a vending machine, and the vending machine is going to cost me $1,700. But when I'm done with the vending machine, I'm going to turn around and sell it for the exact same price I paid for it. Did you see that? I'm going to buy it, I'm going to use it, profit from it, and then sell it for the exact same price I paid for it. So I'm not losing any money. So remember rule 2, never sell at a loss? Okay, fine. So 69 is what percentage of our investment? Now to figure that out, we're going to need the calculator. Now the calculator, let's get the calculator. There it is. 69 is the profit. The investment is $1,731. Now remember, I'm never, ever, ever going to sell it for less than I paid for it. So it's kind of like, here, hold my money for a little bit while I rake in this, these fees. All right. So $1,731 is the investment, 69 is the profit, and that comes to a grand total. You ready for this? 3.9 3.9% for 1 week. Think about it. Number 1, do you like the company? Number 2, number 1, it doesn't make sense. Number 2, do you like the company? You either like it or you don't like it. Now, if 1% a week is 50% by the end of the year, what is 3.9% by the end of the year? Think about it every single week. Now, we have to do this every week. Sorry, it's not that simple. Just buy it and then you get, no, you actually have to do something every single week. Last night, Nike, TSO, and Campbell. TSO, no, it's TSCO, which was Tractor Supply. We got some questions down here. Michael Kissable, KCO. You pushed me down a hill a year or two back. Now just go about your life as if it never happened. Well, here's the funny thing. I live in Florida. There are no hills in Florida, so I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, do you ever enter on Tuesday or just Monday? Whenever the timing is right. Because sometimes there's no trading on Mondays, and Tuesday's okay. And once in a while, I'll wake up on a Tuesday morning and money is there that came from a dividend payment or something, or someone bought something of mine. So it's always going to be dependent upon how much money I have in my account in the morning. Okay? Mo, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Okay? James, how to avoid money being tied up for a long time if you never sell at a loss. All right, James, what we're doing. All right, look at this way, James. All right, I'm going to give you a quick little scenario. All right? Let's say hypothetically you go out and buy a house, and then you rent that house out. Let's say the house is $500,000 and you rent it out at $5,000 a month. Well, that money, that $500,000 is tied up until you sell the house. And you get that rental $5,000 a month. You see what I mean? The order description shows limit price. Is that the price you are buying, or is it closer to a closed price? Okay, Trenton, when you're buying something, you got a choice. You can buy it at the market price. That's an American order. It's like, give it to me now, I don't care what the price is. That's the market price. Give it to me now, I don't care. Limit price is, this is what I want to pay for it, nothing else. Okay? So this moment, this stock is at 1809. If I put in an order saying, I want to pay 18 and that's it, well, you can do that. But how do you know if and when it's ever going to fill? You see? Thanks. Right, James. You're welcome. All right, so 3.9, I'm going to save this one. Riots. All right. 3.9. That's a great start for a Tuesday. Why did this thing turn off? Why did that one turn off? Having issues. I don't like issues. Okay. All right, that's turning back on again. Okay, so 3.9. All right, one covered call. Let's try this again. One covered call, Riot. 24 April 26th. That's this coming Friday. So I can be in and out and be happy. All right, the $18 call option. 69 is profit, 1731 is the investment. Now remember, that 1731, I'm going to get that back as soon as I sell the stock. But I'm going to keep the stock and keep rolling it forward every week. It's kind of like taking your vending machine and going once a week and refilling it. Taking out the money, refilling it. Taking out the money, refilling it. Taking out the money, refilling it. And when some guy comes by and says, hey, I'll give you your 1731 back, give me your machine. It's the same thing. It's like buying a house. You buy a house, $500,000, you get that rent every single month. And then someone comes up and says, hey, I'll give you the $500,000 for the house. You say, okay, fine, take it. That's basically what I'm doing. I just want the cash flow. I don't really care about the stock to a point that, is it a good company? Is it profitable? After that, I really don't care about it, other than putting it into my rotation, so to speak. Okay, so I buy it, get the money, and then when it comes back up again, I'll buy it, take the money, roll it, same thing, over and over and over and over again. Okay? What happened here? Why did this turn off? Okay, well, we're going to find out why this one turned off. All right, what else do we have? Okay, we just did Riot, cool beans. What else do we have? Your devoted supporters is here. Check what's in the gift gallery and invite them to light them up and show you support. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's do this. Get this camera rolling. Okay. There we go. And try it one more time. One more time. Oh, come on. I can do this all over again. All right, there we go. That was good. Okay, so now over here, Riot, we looked at QQQI, AGP, Riot, what's next, what's next? Dr. Jason, how you doing to the Oscar's house? DJ, you too smooth, what do you think about XRP? All right, well, let's take a look at XRP. You're not going to like what I have to say, Let's go change this, change that. XRP. We're going to take a look at the dividends for XRP. Take a look at this. Oh, what did we say this was? 3 point what? 3.9. There we go. 3.9. That's a nice one. 3.9. Gotta love that one. Next. So, XRP. Here's the thing about XRP. There are no dividends in XRP. So, ask yourself the question. If this is a dividend investing channel, why am I looking at XRP if it has no dividends? There's your question. Why am I looking at XRP if it has no dividends? This is a dividend investing channel. Why are we looking at it? What do we have next? All right, we looked at that, we looked at that, we looked at that, we looked at that. What's up? Deep Diver, how you doing? Hello, 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 hello. Blocks weekly dividend. BLOX. What the hell is that? BLOX. Okay, here it is. Nicholas Crypto Income ETF. I don't know who the hell Nicholas is. Blocks. Well, let's check out the dividends. See how profitable they are. Okay, I got a minor problem with this one because this one started out in July 2025. Think about that. It started out in July 2025. Oh, we got noise in here. Noise, what are you guys doing? Noise, noise, noise. Participants, there we go. Let's get rid of the noise, Mr. Duke. Mr. Duke is making noise. Sorry, Duke. All right. So, here's the dividends. And it's only 1 year. Why am I putting money into a company that's 1 year old? 1 year old. Why am I putting money into a 1 year old company? I said 2 decades. This is 1 year. No, 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 no. Let's go back here. Whoops, come on. All right, let's take a look. Now, he did say block, right? What the hell is block? B-L-O. All righty, next. Blocks, B-L-O-X. Okay. B-L-O-X. Got a minor problem, has no options. Why am I looking at something that has no options? It just makes no sense to me. All right. No. Sorry. Deep Diver. ADP. ADP. Interesting. I'm going to go to this side. I keep forgetting. Okay, here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Jumps up and then drops to the bottom. And we're bouncing off that bottom. Let's zoom into that because that looks pretty damn good. Last 30 days. Now, the last 30 days is going to give us a good idea of where do we think it's going next. 30 days ago was the 30-day high. She dropped down. Last Monday was the 30-day bottom, a week ago. So she drops to the 30-day bottom. Now she's bouncing back up. Look at all that space we have to go. So that looks good, but what do the numbers look like? So if it's 202, I need to see more of this. The 202s are going for 240, which is right around 1%, if you like ADP. So let's pull it up. What do you do when the stock price falls a 10%? You open up another short call. Okay, Pedro, sit tight for a second. I got that question every single night, sometimes 2 or 3 times a night. Seriously, I do. All right. Let's take a look at ADP at 202. because it just makes sense. 202, there it is. One covered call. And what does it look like? What does it sound like? You ready? Buy one covered call, ADP, 24 April. That means this option expires this Friday. 202.50. The stock is currently at 202.39. So I'm making 281, putting up 20 grand. What rate of return is that? 281 is the profit. We divide it by the investment, which is 19,969, and that comes to a grand total of 1.4%. So it does what I'm looking at to do. Okay, but do I like the company? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Do I like ADP? So you got to look at it this way. Like I said, I'm 62. I got two choices and only two. And don't kid yourself thinking you have more than two choices, because you don't. You got two and that's it. I grew up in the 60s. We had a choice, chocolate, vanilla. That was it. I remember when they came out with strawberry. We were so excited. All right. So, saving this one. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back to there and let's do this. You ready? Here we go. One covered call, ADP, 24 April 26. That's this coming Friday. The 202.50. Now, if I'm buying the stock, so right now it's at 207. So I'm buying it and selling it for less than I paid for it and still walking away with a profit. That's crazy. All right. Meets all your special criteria. Hold on. We got some questions down here. All right. All righty. We got some questions down here. James, I'm going to get to this question in a minute. All right. Chill for a second. I'll get that question. I'm going to answer each and every question. If you can just ask it once, that would be great. Who do we have over here? CJ, I got that, CJ. Anna and Tria. Okay. All right. Profits 281, 19,000 is the investment for 1.4%. Now 1.4% is going to be well over 50% by the end of the year. Can you flip your camera, please, so that we can read? Sorry, my mistake. Sorry. All right. All right, sorry, I had to delete someone. I don't do politics and someone coming in with some politics crap. I just don't do that. Sorry. All right. Right there. All right, so finish up with ADP. 1.4%. There we go. That's 2. We do 5 every night. Whoops. 1.4. What the hell is this? All right. Next. What do we have? Okay. All right. All right, we looked at ADP. Sorry, Deep Diver. Jay wants to take a look at Bank of America. Now, I actually have some Bank of America. Let's take a look at it. BAC. Look at that. We got our high. Let me go over this side so you can see better. The high of the year, the low of the year, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down, up. What's going on right there? Now you ask yourself the question, do you like Bank of America? Is that someplace you can put your money? Well, $53.95, the closest strike price to $53.95 is going to be the 54, and that's going for 58, just over 1%. But is it the right time to buy? That's a year ago. That means nothing to me. Here's the high. That was back in January. Means nothing to me. What's going on today, yesterday, the day before? Where is the money going? Drazik, what's happening? All right, last 30 days. All right, I'm going to say no to Bank of America for this week, and this is why. Are you ready? 30 days ago, we're at 46. We go from 46 to 55, and now we're dropping. Now, if you didn't know, 46 to 55 is $9. $9 on a $46 stock is just a tiny bit below 20%. You got a 20% jump, why would I want to jump in? And last Wednesday was the high, and we have 3 down days in a row. So she went up, made the top, now she's coming back down. And she'll probably keep coming back down for another week or two. Okay, that being said, next. Morty wants to take a look at Dow, D-O-W. I actually have some Dow too. Okay, interesting. Check it out, Morty. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways down, sideways up, down. That's going to be a no. Let's zoom in. 30 days right there. Okay, 30 days. Okay, she shot up, pulled back. Shot up, pulled back with a big drop here. Now, you know what I like about big drops? Is gaps have a tendency to fill. Had a gap here, it filled. Had a gap here, it filled. Had a gap here, it filled. Had a gap here, now it's going to fill. Great. Well, that means we're at 36.77. What does 36.77 mean? 36.50 is the closest, and it's going for 127. So what percentage is 127? Was that one? Yeah, 127 on a $36 stock. Well, it looks good to me. Let's find out. Let's get rid of this. That back to that covered call again. Right there. 36.50. There it is right there. And just one contract. Here you go. You ready? Buy one covered call of Dow. 24 April. That's this coming Friday. The 36.50 call option. Well, the stock is at 36.77. So I'm going to say something that's totally crazy. Are you ready? I'm going to buy it, sell it for less than what I paid for it, and still walk away with over a 1% profit. Isn't that crazy? I'm buying it, selling it for less than I paid for it, and still walking away with a profit. Let's check it out. So, 106 is the profit, 3,500 is the investment. So get the calculator out. 106. And we're going to divide that by the investment, 35.44, and that comes to 2.99. Think about it. I'm buying it, selling it for less than what I paid for it, and walking away with almost 3% for 4 days. Because this option here expires on Friday. An option is nothing more than selling at a certain price by a certain date. So if I buy it at the current price, sell it at this price, then now this is anybody who buys this from me has the right to buy it from me at that price by this date. After that date, that option expires and they cannot buy it anymore, which means they can't take it away from me. But I could care less if they take it away from me because I'm still walking away with the profit. And that's my goal, 1% every single week, because it just makes sense to me. Why isn't this one working? Okay. All right. So we're going to save this one, 2.9. I'm going to call it 3 because 2.99 is basically 3. All right. Down there. Pull it up over here. Right there. And let's change up this thing right here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of, oops. And this. Here we go. There you have it. One covered call, Dow, 24 April, that's this week. Okay? The 36.50 call option 106 is the profit. 3,500 is the investment for 3%. Think about it. 3% over 150% by the end of the year. And yeah, you got to put in 5 or 10 minutes every day. Terribly sorry. Lloyd, what's happening, Lloyd? How you doing? All right, so that's being said, let's drop this one, get this one out of the way. That's number 3 for the day. So we got 2 more to go. 3%. 3%, 3%. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, what else do we have over here? Okay, we looked at ADP. All right, that was Dow we looked at. Terry, why does your Thinkorswim look different from mine on my laptop? Well, Terry, I couldn't tell you that because Thinkorswim has 3 different platforms. One is the online version, one is the downloadable version, and the other one is the mobile version. So I don't know which one you have. But this one is a downloadable version you download onto your computer, and then you can make arrangements for whatever you want to see. Now, I only want to see what's important to me, and that is the stock information up here, the option information down here, and then the chart over here. Because there's so much information on Thinkorswim that I'm not even going to look at. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing. So I just don't even bother with it. Okay? I want to look at stocks that I like in the chart. Are they paying me enough money? And then I'm going to go from there to see what else is up. Alrighty?
Read that. Shall I go look in pictures?
No. Because what are you going to do? Yeah, but then, go ahead. Having issues in my boat. It's like the tide is super low and the boat's not tied right, so having issues. So yeah, okay. Got to take care of that one. All right. Anyway. So, down here, she's bouncing out. Great. Well, let's do this one. Because at 36.77, I can look at the 36.50s and pick up over 3% on Dow. And I like Dow. I actually have some, by the way. So let's take a look. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's change that to covered call. And we want to do let's do the 37s. Because this baby's going up, so we might as well take advantage of that. We're at 35.64 at the moment. So I could do the 35.50. Yeah, the 35.50s. 36. No, that ain't it. Right there, 36.77. So yeah, I'm going to do the 37s. All right, that makes sense. Right there. All right, just one contract. Alrighty, and here we go. Are you ready? I'm going to buy one covered call of Dow. Then I'm going to sell the 24 April contract for someone to buy it from me for almost the exact same price I paid for it. I mean, think about it. Does it really make sense to buy something and then sell it for the same price you just paid for it? Well, I'm going to pick up 136, going to put up 3,500. Let's see what rate of return that is. Okay, 136 divided by my investment, or the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees. Pedro, I haven't forgotten your question. I'm going to get to it. And then I'm going to divide it by my investment to see what rate of return is that. 35.64, and that comes to a grand total of 3.8%. Well, that works for me. I like 3.8%, especially on Dow. All right, so let's check that one out. Dow, 3.8%. Kind of makes sense to me. I wouldn't mind 3.8%. My average is only 1.4. This is number 4 for the night. Wow, we're moving right along. There we go. Dow, 24 April. The 37 call options. And they're going for 136, 3,500 for was it 3 point, what was it? 3.8%. Why the hell not? $3.8. Wow, look at that. 3.8, 3.9, 1.4. We got one more coming up. One more. What do we got? Holy cow, we're only at 10 o'clock. We got a long way to go. There we go. Alrighty. That's Dow. Thank you there, Morty. Terry, why does your thinkers... Yeah, we're going to answer that question. JC flowed. Okay, JC wants to take a look at Oracle, ORCL. ORCL. Now, strange that your name is JC. My daughter's name is JC too. She's the one I created this for, and she might be available at Vegas. Oh, did I forget to tell you? We're doing a seminar at the end of the month, one in Vegas and one in Burbank. And JC's going to be at one of them. All right, so here's Oracle. Here's the high. I gotta go over to this side so you can see me. All right, here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. It jumps up, drops, back up. What's going on right there? That doesn't look as good. It looks good from there, but from here it doesn't. And by the way, on that note, before I forget, the screen here is live on YouTube, which means you can go to the big screen TV and take a look, because you probably can't see these little tiny numbers here. Okay, if you're on a phone, if you're on a tablet, you probably can't see these little tiny numbers. That's why this screen here is live on YouTube. All right, next, Oracle. So let's zoom into this right there. 177.58, the 177.50s are going for 440. That's over 2%. Let's find out what that looks like. But before we do that, we're going to say no. And the reason we're going to say no, take a look. Drops, here's the 30-day bottom at 135, and she jumped up to 185. That's a $50 increase. $50 increase on a 135 stock is right around 30%. If the stock jumped up 30% in a week and a half, what do you think is going to happen? People are going to take profit. It's going to drop like a rock. So no, I do not want to jump into it. Sorry. Ryan, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Okay, chill. All right. Okay, sorry about that, JC. So DJ, by the way, I am new. Thank you very much for answering my questions. You're welcome there, DJ. Another red herring. Sounds like everyone in here is a long. Why? Not quite sure what you mean by that. AK777774. How you doing, brother? Nice to visit. Thank you for stopping by. Why? What is wrong with being long? I already did XRP. Did blocks. Did that. Okay. Mo, you got to give me the ticker symbol. Okay. That's not a stock I regularly trade, so I don't know the ticker symbol off the top of my head. Deep Diver, we looked at ADP. Jay, we did Bank of America. Guillermo, good evening. What do I think of MU? Micron. Well, now I think Micron is interesting, but it's going to be a no for this week. Not a no as in hell no, it's a no for this week. Reason being, the bottom's at 50. She shot up to 448. Think about that. Remember I said earlier that it happens? It does. Look at this. A year ago, this thing's at $50. Now it's at 448. Now, I was trading it last year when it was in the $50 range, but I jumped in, I jumped out, I jumped in, I jumped out. I don't have as much money as you think I do. And there's no way on God's green earth am I putting money in and waiting a year to cash out. Sorry. I don't have the kind of money that can just sit there and do absolutely nothing. I turn my money every single week to generate 50% per year. Now this here, from $50 to $440, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait a minute. Yeah, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's an 800%. 800% from $50 to $448 is about 800% increase. That's big. Yeah, and no, I never caught one of those. Never, ever, ever. But you know what? How often does that happen? How often have you picked a stock that jumped up 800% in a week, in a year? But the reason I'm saying no to it this week is right here. It's at the high of the year. I don't buy at the high. It doesn't make sense to me because you never know where it's going next. John Macway. Okay. Allie, how you doing? Bank of America, saw that one. Coach David, how you doing? Thank you there, Coach David. What are we looking for? ADP, we already looked at. Charles, much thanks for the Macy's play the other day. Yeah, I actually have Macy's. I did it too. Let's take a look. Macy's. There's the high, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Okay, let's take a look. Now, it makes sense because $19.94 is the current price. So does it make sense to you? Because in $19.94, the 20s are going for $35, which is 1.75%, something like that. But it looks like it's going to be a no, because it looks like there's going to be profit taking any day now. Here's the last 30 days. 17 jumps up to 19, drops down to 17, shoots up to 20. Okay, so it went from 17 to 20. That's $3. Now it doesn't sound like a lot, but $3 on a $17 stock, what was that, 17%? So yeah, sorry, I'm not going to do that one. I don't buy at the high. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm glad you made money on it. Good for you. Con Ed. Ooh. Mr. G, you got to give me the ticker symbol for Con Ed. Consolidated. Is that Consolidated Edison? ED? It is. Consolidated Edison. So, Mr. G, as much... All right, Isaac, thank you for that. Mr. G, I like Consolidated Edison. It's been in business for over 200 years. 200 years. And they still increase their dividends to their shareholders. But here's the thing. May, June, August, November, January. Rule number 4 is pretty plain and simple. Weekly options only. So as much as I like Con Ed, no. It just doesn't fit. Sorry. Thank you, Brian. Our dog. I had a conversation with our dog today. Mickey D's. Interesting. Take a look. Get the habit going that way. What is that? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where we were. Here's where we are. It's down, up, down, up. Okay. Looks good. It's McDonald's. We all know who they are. So let's zoom in. Last 30 days. Before we do that, 306. The 307s are going for 2. Yep. Nope. No. No. Do you know why I'm saying no? Think about it. Okay? It's a nice move. Okay? It came down. Now she's going back up. But why am I saying no? Remember, I want 1% a week. The stock is currently at 306. So at 306, the minimum I want to get is $3. Well, it's only offering me 237. It's not 1%. No, sorry. Okay, Ra. Just go by SPMO. Now see, Ra, I got a minor problem with stocks I've never heard of. Okay, SPMO. What the hell is that? SPMO. Invesco S&P Momentum ETF. Hell no. 2 reasons. I never buy anything at the high, and I don't do monthly options. They just don't work for me. Sorry, SPMO is a big fat no. what what you thinking about Maine? Let's take a look. MAIN, Maine STR Cap Corp. Again, no. See, Ra, when I say weekly options only, see, rule number one is never buy something you don't understand. So if you understood it, both of those are monthly options and both of those are a no. I don't do monthly options. The numbers are horrible for me. Con Ed and Southern Company are old energy companies with dividend stocks, but it's quarterly. I understand that quarterly. Okay? No company, well, I don't think any company itself pays weekly. Okay, we're doing weekly options on companies that pay quarterly and monthly and annual dividends. As long as the dividends are consistently increasing, it doesn't really matter. Now, Con Ed is monthly. I don't do monthly. But Southern Company is a weekly. See? 24 April, that's this week. 1 May, that's next week. 8 May, it's 2 weeks out. Hold on. 15 May, 3 weeks out. 22 May, 4 weeks out. 29 May, 5 weeks out, so on and so forth. Every single week. So, Southern Company, yes. Consolidated Edison, no. But let's check the numbers. 93.51. The 94s are going for 60. That's going to be a no. Because if I'm buying it at 93.50, I want a minimum of 93 cents. Because 93 cents is 1%. But they're only offering me 60 cents. So no. Sorry. Terry, we're going to take a look at that in a minute.
What's your thoughts of Alcoa?
Alcoa?
Yep.
Alcoa is M-O. Love Alcoa.
Alcoa. A.
Oh, Alcoa. I thought you said, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Alcoa is dropping. Let's take a look. It's a habit, sorry. Here's the high, 75. The low's at 23. She jumps up, now she's pulling back. Let's zoom into that. Because that pullback, okay, she drops, jumps up, pulls back, and a gap here. Take it out. Gap here, filled. Gap here hasn't filled yet. Okay, so she went up, now she's coming back. Now she's jumping up, 66.53. I'd personally wait another day or so. Because you have a gap here, pulled back. Now I want to go back up, but it only went up one day. Now it's today. So maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll have better luck with it going up further. But at the 66.53, the 67s are going for 164. That's over 2%. If you like Alcoa. Okay? So she went up, pulled back, now she's going up again. How's that work? That work for you?
That works.
All righty. All right. Jai Burger, thank you for that. Maria, how about CLS going up? Let's check it out, Marie. CLS. Celestico? Okay, interesting, but I'm going to say no. The only reason I'm saying no is I don't buy at the high of the year. It just doesn't make sense to me. See, I've heard it all my life, buy low, sell high. Never, ever, ever has anybody told me, say, hey, this baby's at the high of the year. Let's buy it. That doesn't make any sense. Because you make money as the stock goes up. If it was worth more than that, it would be higher. Hey, Drew, back again. How you doing? Sorry about that. Drew had an issue. All right, so no this week. Now, it might be a yes next week or the week after, but it's got to drop all the way back down. The trading range is down here. She shot up for some strange reason. So no, not this week. Sorry. Ayat, how you doing? Lubo Handy, why the call instead of the put? That's a great question, and I'm going to explain it to you very simply. Are you ready? The trading strategy that I'm giving away for free. Now, you'll notice I was going to say I'm not selling anything, but actually tonight I would be. But what I'm looking at is a trading strategy I created for my 9-year-old daughter. So for my 9-year-old daughter, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. So buy a put or sell a put, cash secured put, great. It's a great strategy. But how do you explain that to a 9-year-old? See, I can tell a 9-year-old, say, hey, it's going up, it's going down, now it's going up again. Okay, that's easy to explain. How do you make money off of that? Well, you buy it at a certain price and you sell it for the same price. That is easy to understand. But when you're trying to explain puts to a 9-year-old, I can explain puts to some adults and they don't get it. So I didn't try to teach my 9-year-old puts because they are confusing. So no, sorry. But you could do a put. Okay, you could buy a put as it's going down, or you can sell a put and collect something. There's a lot of things you can do. There are literally dozens and dozens of trading strategies. I'm giving away one and only one. Okay, I can stay here all night long and talk about all the different things I know about investing, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay consistent with what I started 18 years ago. The same strategy over and over and over again. If it works, don't try to fix it. Catherine Hathaway, how are you doing today? So, that being said, what's next? Mr. Winter, NNE. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Never heard of it. NNE, Nano Nuclear Energy Equity. Okay. Interesting. Let's check it out. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at the momentum. Up, down, up, down. Let's zoom into that and see what it looks like. It doesn't look that good. Okay, the 20th, right there. What do you think? The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, out of reach. Now it's come back down again. I don't buy anything at the high. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, Mr. Winter? Now, it may be a great stock. Wait for it to drop back down again. See, here's the trading range. Wait for it to come back down again. And then as she turns and goes back up, then maybe. But I don't like to buy at the high. Sorry. Brian, instead of buying 100 shares outright at 18, why not sell a put option at 17? That way, if it goes down. Okay, Brian, I understand that. I really do. Okay, you're talking cash secured put. Makes perfect sense. However, that's not the trading strategy. The strategy here is dividend investing for weekly cash flow using pre-qualified dividend stocks just before the EX date. Do a covered call. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable. That's what it's doing. So what you're saying, cash secured puts, yeah, it works great, but it's a different strategy. Okay? Yep, you still collect premium, but get stock for less if exercised. Okay, Brian, I'm not looking to buy the stock. I'm looking to use the stock to create cash flow. So I don't want to hold on to the stock. So I want to buy it, I want to sell it, I want to get 1%, I want to get out and move on to the next one. Because believe it or not, there's 11,008 different companies as of yesterday. I check every Sunday night. What are we looking for first thing Monday morning? Well, this Sunday night we checked 11,008 different companies. So there are dozens and dozens and dozens of trading strategies. I'm giving away for free one. That one was created for my 9-year-old. So this way people cannot tell me it's too complicated. I can't do it. I don't understand it. If a 9-year-old little girl can understand it, and she averaged 5% a month, so add it up. 5% a month is over 60% by the end of the year at 9 years old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. Adults make it more complicated than it needs to be. Simplify it. Keep it simple. Once you learn a simple strategy, the easiest one out there, then move on to stuff more complicated. That's why I only give away one for free. Okay? I got that one. Donovan, are you buying 100 shares of Riot and then selling a covered call on for Riot? Yes, absolutely. Mr. Winter, NNE, we just looked at that one and it was a no. The reason it's a no is because she shot up. Friday was the high. Today she's dropping. No. Okay, Rayanne Gamer. Now, Rayanne Gamer, don't take this personally. And for those you get offended easily, I can't help you out. BYND. Hell no, I'm not even going to look at it. Not even going to look at it. It makes my stomach turn just hearing it. Okay? Producing meat in a factory out of some compound, it just grosses me out. I can't even, no, sorry. I don't know how many of you other feel the same way, but think about it. You buying chicken, steak, or something like that to find out it's made in a factory with a bunch of chemicals? Yeah, no thank you. Sorry, I can't do it. Okay, DJ, you just pulled out of XRP. Okay, now don't get me wrong, XRP has its place, but it's relatively new. Now for you younger generation, fine, good, wonderful. But I'm 62. XRP hasn't even scraped its knees yet. Hasn't even fell on its ass and tried it, it's has no history to it. So we have no idea what's going to happen with it. So I like companies that have historical performance. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah. All right, let's go back here. All right, sorry that deja vu. XRP, no. I'm learning, and you're absolutely right. Thank you, DJ Smooth. Vincent, FXRP and out it to work on the Flare network. Vincent, I have no clue what you're talking about. FXRP. Sorry, it doesn't even have a ticker symbol. Red Eye, what's happening? How are you doing today? Skippy, thank you. Ross, taped. What the hell is taped? I have no idea what that means. Kevin wants to take a look at Mara. Now, I have me some Mara. It's been doing very lovely for me for a while. But here's the thing. Here's the top at 23. Here's the bottom at 7. She shoots up. She drops back up again at 11. Now she's pulling back. You're a little late on that one. Check it out. Okay, we're at 696 and we shoot up to 12. Not quite 100% increase, but pretty damn close. But why would I buy at the high? And besides, the high was Friday. Now it's pulling back. Stocks go up to a certain point, and then people start taking profits, and the stocks drop. It's human nature. She went from $7, jumped up there, now she's coming back down again. Okay? Malik. All right. Steve. PDI. What the heck is PDI? PIMCO Dynamic Income. Now, I'm not quite sure when you say 15%, it has no options. So, rule number 4 is pretty plain. Weekly options only. So, PDI, sorry, doesn't work. Mike, Carnival Cruise Line. Check it out. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. What's going on here? Looks like she's turning around. Let's zoom in. Zoom in, last 30 days, right there, last 30 days. 30-day bottom, shoots up, Friday's a 30-day high, now she's pulling back. Sorry. Maine Coast Bulldogs, GOOW. What the heck is GOOW? Round Hill Google Week Pay ETF? No. I don't do monthly options. May, June, July, October. Listen for a second. Main Coast, you ready? My desire is to collect a simple, safe, predictable 1% per week. The only way I'm going to get 1% per week with this thing is to sit on my butt and stare at this all day long. No, thank you. I only do weekly options. They're simple, they're safe, they're predictable. I only have to worry about them for 4 or 5 days. That's it. Marie, we looked at CLS a little while ago. Skagger, what are some good ones? Skagger 84, you ready? Hope you got a pen and paper. I'm going to rattle them off real quick. Dividend Kings, 5 decades of consistent profits. Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of increased profits. Dividend Contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased profits. And then you get the Dividend Champions, 25 years of increased profits. And bringing up the tail end is anything on old Warren's list. I just gave you 5 lists of stocks. In that 5 list is over 350 different companies. Those are the ones I like. Now, there's over 11,000 companies, but I only like about 350. Pascal, how you doing? AJ, what's going on? Dave Mann. All right. Hager Hoodie. Okay, thank you. Yakat. Yep, I know what Beyond Meat is. BYND. It makes my stomach curl just thinking about it. I can't even believe people buy that stuff. Welcome to 70. Wants to take a look at Hormel. Now, Hormel has over 100 years. Over 100 years. And they're a dividend king, which means 5 decades of increased profits. Okay, so this dude here is asking me to flip the... Okay, you know what? I asked you not to do that. All right. Block account, mute account, confirm, mute, confirm. There we go. Yeah, now he's gone. Simple. Don't do that kind of stuff. You do it, boocha. All right, Drazik, how about Intel? At this point, it offers insane premiums, but month high. Ooh. Now, Drazik, I had Intel for weeks, and I traded week. And now I think it's at the point where it's a no. Wait a minute. Let me finish up with Hormel first, okay? Hormel. I did it again. The high of the year, 32. The bottom of the year, 21. Okay, she shot up, pulled back, back up, back down. Now she's bouncing off the bottom of the year. Well, that's great. This chart looks awesome. The top is here, the bottom's here. Now she's going up. Great. But you know what's not great about it? Check out the numbers. If I buy it at 21.33, right, and the stock goes down, look what I'm getting. 0, 0, 0. Now, I don't do Hormel. I don't do Energy Transfer. I don't do AGNC because they have a bunch of zeros. So stocks go up and stocks go down. Look at this. Went up and it dropped like a rock. When they go down, I'm collecting dividends. That's a good thing. But I can't sell options 2 or 3 strikes out of the money because it's not giving me anything. Nothing. All right. First and Phyllis, how you doing? Paracade, hi. Any advice? CMND. CMND. I always wondered, really, I do. I wonder consistently, why do people buy some of this stuff? I mean, think about it. This has no options, okay? It was at $50. Now it's $1. Remember I said never sell at a loss? Well, I wouldn't have bought it in the first place. I'm not saying that because I'm looking at this. I'm saying it because no options. Rule number 4, weekly options only. No options, no thank you. Sorry. Be Dizzy, thank you for that. Vader, how you doing? Krusty Churro, do you like SCHD as a dividend stock? No, I don't. SCHD. Okay, check it out. 32's the high, 25's the bottom. She shoots up, pulls back, back up again. Look at that area right there. Now, it looks interesting. Here's your last 30 days. Okay, 30 drops down to 30.90, drops down to 30.20, jumps up to 31.20. Now, it looks interesting, but let me show you why I don't like SCHD. It has nothing to do with this. It has to do with this. Okay? SCHD. Remember I told you I want companies that are consistently profitable, which would mean that the dividend goes higher and higher and higher. So let's take a look at SCHD. Go 20 years ago. Can't do that because this is not 20 years old. This thing's only 2011, which means it's only 15 years old. Okay, hold up. Go over the numbers with me for a second. You ready? 4 cents, 4.6 higher, 6.8 higher, 6.9 higher, 8.6 higher, and then it drops 20% to 6.6. 7.5 higher, 7.7 higher, 8.3 higher, 8.2 lower, 8.9 higher, 8.4 lower. Okay, wait a second. Let's keep on going. 9.1 higher, 9 lower. 10.2 higher, 9.9 lower. 9 lower. 9.9 higher, 10 lower. Up, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher. Hold on, not done yet. Okay. Higher, higher, lower, 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 higher, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower, higher, lower. Do you see what we're looking at? Higher, lower, higher, lower. There's no consistency on the profits whatsoever. Do you see that, Krusty? Okay? Higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, higher, lower. It just makes no sense. That's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 3 steps forward. It's kind of like the cha-cha. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 3 steps forward, 2. Yeah, no. If it's not consistently profitable, no. Check this out, Krusty. Are you ready? I want to show you something. Now, when I say consistency of profitability, let's take a look at this. Let's go back 20 years. Maximum, 20 years. 2006. Here it is right here. 2006. 9. Okay? 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20, 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83, 91. Did you notice each and every year that number got higher and higher and higher? Well, there's about 350 different companies that do the exact same thing. Think about it. 350 companies that actually work, and there's 11,008. That's a huge difference. 11,008 companies, but only 350 actually fit. So, no. No, 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 no. Next. Ethereum. It's not a dividend stock. Sorry, dude. RTX. Interesting. RTX Corporation. Interesting. Well, let's take a look. Here's the high. Here's the low. Damn it, I did it again. Okay, she shoots up, pulls back, back up, back down. Nope, not this week. I got a low battery. How the hell did that happen? What the hell's going on here? Hello? There's nobody even there, so we'll just deal with nobody even there. Catherine Hathaway's here. How you doing, Catherine? There we go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's going on there? Having an issue. Whatever. Okay, so that being said, she shot up, pulled back, shot up, pulled back. Let's zoom in, see a little bit better. Okay, down, up, down. Okay, not quite what I want. I want something that's going to go up, not go up and then come back down again. It just doesn't work for me that way. All right, let's get rid of this one. All right, that's fine. All right, so no to RTX. Let's move over here, answer some of these questions off of YouTube. All right, what do we have over here on YouTube? How to avoid money being tied up for a long time if you never sell at a loss. So James, look at it this way, all right? I'm buying something, and that something, let's look at it this way, okay? It's called a weekly cash producing asset. Weekly cash producing asset. So I buy it, and every single week it gives me money. It's like a house. I buy a house, every month I get money. It's like a vending machine. Okay, every day or every week I get money. But you have to put some money in. So if I put in, let's say, 100 grand, right, and I get 1%, that's $1,000 every week. Okay, put up $500, that's $5 every week. 1% every week. It's a 50% return by the end of the year. But you do have to put money up in order to get a rate of return back. It's just the way it is. Okay? Trent, the order description shows limit price. Is that the price? We already talked about this one. I see. Thank you there, James. One-eyed Willie. Thank you there, Big W. Hormel, we already looked at that. Big W. What do you think about one? Okay, just hit OEW. Okay. Okay, low battery. I'm having issues here, man. Wait a minute, that didn't work? All right, that worked. Okay, holy cow, we got 15 minutes left. All right, we got one more to go. Wait a second, OEW? What the hell is OEW? OEW. Terribly sorry there, Big W. OEW can't find the symbol. Sorry. Meets all your special criteria. Big W. Hey, can you do technical analysis on One Eye Willie, please? It has weekly option, meets all your criteria. Okay, terribly sorry, dude. WEI does not make sense. Sorry. Raja, how you doing? Okay. Can you? Okay, stop it. Okay, so apparently Big W not listening. OEW is not pulling up. Okay, sorry. Trenton, I'm new, so tell me if I'm splitting hairs. But your profit calculations are always using the limit price and not the close price. Does it make much of a difference? Yes and no. All right, see, what you got to understand about the stock market is that we all, because right now we have about maybe 1,000 people here, okay? We all could buy the exact same thing. All can hit the exact same button. And all our fill prices will probably be different. Okay, so if I buy something and you buy something at the exact same time, they're probably going to be different numbers. Okay, so the numbers change every 2 or 3 seconds. So I'm just showing you the broad strokes. So if I buy it at this price, sell it at that price, what's it, T, okay? These numbers here are going to change every 2 or 3 seconds. Now the market opens at 9:30 in the morning. So when the market opens, all these numbers are going to change. Right now they're not changing because the market is closed, and those are the end of day numbers. This is all an example, more or less, just giving you an idea of what's possible. So if I buy it at this, sell the closest one right there, it's going to give me that, or roughly close to it. Because it's like throwing a dart at a moving train. You know what I mean? Throwing a dartboard on a moving train while you're blindfolded on a horse. that make sense? Big W, I'm not going to pay attention to you anymore. All right. Stepped away. We already did Hormel. We already did Hormel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. It's an OTC stock. Okay, so Big W, you weren't listening. I only look at companies that have 2 decades of consistent profits. 2 decades. Okay? Whatever that was, it's just not pulling up. Okay, I don't do OTC stocks and I don't do pennies. Okay, I only do companies that have at least 10, 20, 30 years of historical performance. Okay? And no, I'm not going to do it because it's just a waste of time. Nick's lost. How does that affect the market? Could care less. Yeah, I guess what I really may not be good stock plan. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, penny stocks are good for some people. But at my age, no. I'm 62. I'm retired. So I can't afford to make a mistake. What assurances do I have that One-Eyed Willie is going to be around in 10, 20, 30 years? None. It's a penny stock. Yeah, I get that. Okay, up here. BMNR. What the hell is BMNR? Bitmine Emerson. Okay. BMNR. Try it again. BNMR. Interesting. Okay. Bitmine Immersion. The high, 160. The low, $1. Really? It shoots up, comes back down. Now she's going sideways. Okay. I'm a little bit leery on this one. Let's check and see what kind of profits this thing has. How long has it been profitable? BMNR. Let's find out. Live restricted for audiences. I don't know why they do this to me every night. I don't know why. They say I'm restricted every... Now, the funny thing is, see if this makes sense to any of you, okay? I have 2 TikTok channels, right? I got one iPhone right there for one TikTok channel and another iPhone right next to it, literally 3/4 of an inch away. One of them, every single night, gets a warning. Why doesn't the other one? The exact same content. I got 9 cameras and all recording at the exact same time. So we're on 13 different platforms. So I'm broadcasting on 13 different platforms, all receiving the exact same information. But only one channel keeps coming up with warnings saying you're limited on your reach because you said something bad. It's like, what the hell are they talking about? Anyway, so Bitmine. I got a minor problem with this thing, okay? It has 1 dividend payment for 1 penny. This boggles my mind. Why would I look at a stock that has 1 dividend payment for 1 penny? I want 2 decades. That's 20 years, not 1 day. GD wants to take a look at Dollar Tree. Close enough, we see how last. That makes no sense, Jerry. Last night list, Nike, TSCO, and Campbell, CPB. Yeah. All right, no to Bitmine. Sorry. Just no. No. Okay, GD wants to take a look at Dollar Tree, DLTR. Interesting. Let's take a look at this one. Here's the high of the year, 43. The bottom is 78. She shoots up, pulls back up, back down. Look at this, bouncing off that right there. That looks pretty good. Let's zoom in a little closer. Okay, up, down. Now she's coming back up again. We get all that space, which is plenty. The 725, the 107.25. The 107 is going for 201. We're losing 25 cents. We dropped that off of there. Yeah, that's more than 1%. Let's take a look at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree, the 107s. One contract. Scholar, is there any way you could send me a list of your main dividend stocks that pay weekly? And thank you if you can. If not, still thank you for teaching me. Not quite sure how to answer that one. All right. Well, here we go. One covered call, Dollar Tree. 24 April. That's this coming Friday. The 107 call option. 202 is the profit. 10,500 is the investment. What does the calculator say to that? 202 is the profit divided by 10,498 gives me a grand total of 1.9. 1.9 for 1 week. Now my goal is only 1%, because 1% every week does come over 50% by the end of the year. And that works for me. Uh-oh, we got 4 minutes left. And that's number 5 right there. We wanted 5, there we go. Dollar Tree. All right, that's the last one for the night. Let's answer some questions and go from there. All right, here we go. Dollar Tree, 24 April, that's for this Friday. The 107 call option, it's paying 202 and 10,000 investment for 1 point, what was it again? 1.9. Okay, I like 1.9. 1.9 works for me. Alrighty. So, what do we end up with tonight? 1.9. We got Dollar Tree. Why do we have 2 a Dow? That's not right. That's not right at all. Let's get rid of this one. We need to come up with one more. Damn. All right, so let's do this. While that's warming up, let's go back to here. All right, what do we have next? Let's answer some questions. We got a couple of minutes left. BMNR, we already looked at it. It was a no. Thank you very much. Jamie, how you doing? West Side Roller. Okay. Thank you there, James. Laura Evans, how you doing? Alex, John Bahay, AMD, time to short. Let's check it out. AMD. It does look that way. Okay. Okay, Rams clip. I already said no to BMNR. FX Congo. Hi, young man. How are you? I like it when people call me young man. SOXL. SOXL. Hell no. Okay, it's at the high of the year. Why would I buy at the high of the year? It just doesn't make any sense. Minnesota Slim, what's going on? FX Congo, how are you? Will. Kevlin, SEZL, what the hell is that? SEZL. Sezzle. No, I don't do monthlies. You see that? Those are months of the year. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work for me.
What's your thoughts of MRK?
MRK?
Yep.
MRK, that's Merck. MRK. I love Merck, I do. But is it the right time to do Merck? Check it out. That's not bad. Let's check up the whole thing. You ready? Can I do Pizza Hut? Okay, Rob, we already did Dow. Okay? Big W, can I do Pizza Hut? You got to give me the ticker symbol, dude. King Bakari, how you doing today, brother? All right, so we got the high at 125. We got the low at 73. We shoot up, pull back, shoot up, pull back. What does that look like? Does that look like an entry point? What do you think? 112 to 124, down to 115. Now we're at 2 days up. But what happened today? Today makes me a little leery. Now we have 2 days to the upside, which is great. Higher high and higher low. See, I'd wait one more day. And if she opens up above 119 tomorrow, then maybe yes. That make sense?
This makes complete sense. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right. Okay, Jerry, yeah, we looked at Nike last night. We looked at Tractor Supply, and we looked at Campbell Soup last night. Olivia, how you doing? Hope, Ra. What's the number one stock we invest in? Well, for me, it's Macy's and Kohl's this year. HL, what the heck is HL? HL. Helka, or Hekla. Hekla, really? 1933. Oh, okay. I never heard of it. So let's go to Yahoo Finance and see, is this company consistently profitable? Because I've never heard of it, HL. Helka. And it does have dividend. Oh, Helka Mining. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm saying no to this one. Did you even check the numbers? I mean, take a look at them. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, 1990, and there's nothing for 91, 92, 93, 94, all the way up to 2011. Nothing. Then it goes 13 to 23 to 3 to 22 to 13 to 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, all the way up until 2020. Yeah, no. Those dividends are horrible, in my humble opinion. Thank you. Big W, M-A-D-E. Okay. M-A-D-E. Well, let's find out. iShares U.S. Manufacturing ETF, M-A-D-E. Okay. Where I looked at, okay, hold on. Yeah, that's going to be a no. Microsoft, well, that's a yes. I love Microsoft. MSFT. Don't really like the wiener who had it, but this is going to be a no this week. Sorry. See, look, jumped up, dropped down, back up. What's going on there? Over the 30-day high. 30 days ago. What do you think? Okay, we're at 380. We dropped to 350, shoot up to 430. Now we're dropping. You went from 340 to 430. That's 90 bucks. 90 bucks topped out on Friday. Now it's pulling back. Well, it just makes sense. I need one more. One more. Foo wants to take a look at LUV. We're just about, hey, thanks for stopping by. This is Manish Shrestha. Okay. Thank you. LUV. Isn't that Las Vegas Sands? Oh, wait a minute. LUV Southwest Airlines. LUV Southwest Airlines. Okay, what's happening now? Sorry. Topped out on Friday. Now she's pulling back. Sorry. Dustin, thank you for that. Christina, ELDN. Christina, what is that? ELDN? Eldon Pharmaceuticals. No, I don't do monthlies. See that? Monthlies, you can only trade them once a month. Do you run a fund or just your own money? Now, Dustin, I do my own money and I do friends and family, and we are going to start our own fund. It was supposed to start in January, but things just didn't come together the way I wanted to, but I will get the fund up by the end of the year. Hopefully by the mid-year. Okay, so Dustin, yeah, I'm going to be doing a fund. Chaz, covered call on ONDS. ONDS. Okay, interesting. 1073. We'll look at the 1050s. Okay, ooh, okay, those premiums don't look that bad. Let's take a gander at it. You ready? The high. Tried it this way. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Now that looks interesting, but I'm going to say no to this one. Now, I'm looking to get the number 5. Okay, we got 4 of them we already got. I want number 5. But why am I saying no to this? The reason I'm saying no to this is because last year, this thing was below $1. If it's below $1 last year, how can it possibly have 20 years of increased profits? That just doesn't make sense to me. So it's going to be a no. No, 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 no. Okay, so next. Drazik wants to take a look at Intel. INTC. Hell no. Sorry, brother, look at that. I don't buy it the high of the year, but you already knew that. Oh, Big W. I'm not even going to look at Google. Okay, Google has 2 years of dividends. Hell no. Ryan, I'm going to tell you again. Beyond Meat makes my stomach curl just thinking about it. Uh-oh, Pedro. You've been waiting for this question all day long, haven't you? How can I learn this? Ava, DM me. Oh, Ava, you want to know something? Check this out, Ava. Okay, my kids have been giving me a hard time about this. You ready? You ready, Ava? Come on. Gotta wait for it to jump up here. Come on, come on, come on. Now touch me, baby. Can't you see that I am not afraid? What was that promise that you made? Ava! Right there, take a picture of the QR code. We're actually having a seminar at the end of the month in Burbank, and we're having another seminar in Las Vegas. Okay, 25 seats in Burbank and 25 seats in Vegas. Okay, you can even do it online if you can't show up live. So, there you go. That's how you get your information. I'm not going to do Beyond Meat. Hell no. Just, it makes my stomach curl. I can't even, how could, yeah. Isn't that weird? You're not supposed to get emotional about a stock. But I'm getting emotional about that one. I take one look at it and it makes me want to yak. Oh, so Pedro, what do you do when a stock drops 10%? I love this question. I get it 2 or 3 times a day. I want to show you something, Pedro. You ready? Okay, Pedro, you ready? Check this out. $560. And then it dropped down to $360. That's way more than 10%. Hold on. AT&T. 29 drops all the way down to 23. More than 10%. $160 drops down to $115. More than 10%. Hold on, I got a lot more. Ford. 15 drops down to 11. That's $4. $4 on a $15 stock is more than 10%. General Motors. What is that? I can't even see that damn thing. 87. 87 to 70. 87 to 70 is $17. $17 on an $80 stock is about 20%. Hold on. AT&T. John Deere. 680 to 560. That's $110, more than 10%. Now, Pedro, I can do this all night long. There's 11,000 different companies. I can show you 5 or 10,000 different companies that drop more than 10% throughout the year. Stocks go up and stocks go down. That's all they do. When you buy a stock, rule number one, never buy something you do not want to own. So let me briefly explain something, very briefly. Okay? If I buy 1,000 shares at 680 and it drops down to 580, 540, which is about 20% drop, okay? Is my dividend income going to increase or decrease? If I bought it here and it drops down to there, is my dividend increase going to increase or decrease? It's not going to do it whatsoever. So whether I buy it here or whether I buy it here, the dividend income is going to be the exact same. The amount of shares I have is going to be the exact same. I never lose any money until I sell for a loss. But if the stock drops, okay, then I have choices. Let's see this. Okay, I'm going to put this on right here. This line right here represents ATM, at the money. That's where all the action is. That's where the highest rate of return is. As the stock drops, I want to sell OTM, which means out of the money. So what do these look like? Okay, 630, 530, 430, 320, 550, 60. So I'm still collecting money as the stock drops. Okay? So it doesn't matter if the stock drops or the stock jumps. If you own the shares, you control what you do with them. So as the stock drops, I change my pricing. But I never, ever, ever sell for less than what I paid for it. Robert, NEE. Nextera. I need one more to bring it up to 5. Low battery. Okay. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay, NEE. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, like it shoots up. Now what's going on? Look at the last couple of months. Okay? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, the high, the low, where was it, where is it? Look at this, basically just went sideways. Okay, 30 days ago we're at 92, now we're at 92 again. She went up, she went down, up, down, but right now she's going up, and we have from here all the way up to there. So let's zoom in a little closer. Okay, this is what we're looking at, the last 30 days. The last 30 days gives me an idea of where do I think it's going next. Well, 30 days ago, we're at the 30-day bottom. We shoot up to the 30-day high, drop back down, and we have 1, 2, 3 days up. Now, my rule for me, you got to figure out your own rule, is when a new bottom shows up, I want 3 days to the upside. Thursday, Friday, today. Higher highs, higher lows. That's what I'm looking for. So, Nextera, what does it look like? The 92, the 92s are selling for 169, little over 1.5%. Let's take a look. Okay, covered call. The 92s right there. One contract. Here we go. One covered call, NEE, that's Nextera. 24 April, that's this coming Friday. The 92 call option. Well, the stock is currently at 92.01. So listen closely. I'm going to buy it and then sell it for less than I paid for it and still walk away with a profit. I think that's genius. Okay, The 92 is going to give me 177. 9,000 is the investment. Let's take a look. 177. We're going to divide it by the investment. 9023 comes to a grand total of 1.9. That's it. That's number 5 for the day. 5 a day. Alrighty. And there you have it. 5 stocks, all paying over 1% in the next. What? Okay, there it is, right there. There you go. Nextera, NEE, 24 April. That's this coming Friday. And it's paying 177. I put up 9,000. Great. It's paying me 1.9% for 1 week. Now, 1% a week is 50% a year. 1.9 has got to be over 100%. So let's keep this one. 1.9. We're going to put it right there. 1.9. So what do we got? We got Riot. We got ADP. Come over here, okay? Okay, Riot. Whoops. ADP, Dow, Nextera, and Dollar Tree. If it makes sense to you. Now, I normally don't sell anything, but tonight we got a seminar coming up at the end of the month, one in Vegas and one in Burbank. Okay, so today is the last day I'm going to be in front of my screen for at least 3 to 4 weeks. I'm flying up to Vegas tomorrow. No, I'm flying up to Burbank tomorrow, and then drive. I picked up a convertible because I'm going to do the Route 66 100-year anniversary for the Route 66. So we bought a convertible in California. We're going to drive it back, and on the way back, we're going to hit Vegas, and then we're going to hit. It's going to take me about 3 weeks. So I won't be back here in front of this screen for another 3 weeks. But if you want to come see me in Vegas or in Burbank, great, love to see you. If not, you can always join in on our live Zoom call, kind of like this, but a little bit different, because you're going to have a workbook, and you're going to have the list, and you're going to have access to live trading Monday through Friday. You get to watch me trade 3 accounts live, and then you get to ask whatever questions you want. Now, normally I never sell anything. Normally I don't. I'm not a salesman. I present things. I'm an observer. I make notices. Anyway, that being said, you guys have a great day. If you want to, scan the QR code, go to the website, find out when the, there's only 24 seats left. So 24 seats in Burbank. That being said, you guys have a great day. I'm going to say out the last questions. I'm going to go from there. SMR, Drazik, we'll do that next time. Well, actually, after I'm done here, I'm going to take a quick little break, and then I'm going to come back on later and do nothing but try to sell the seminar. That being said, you guys have a great day. We'll do this all over again tomorrow. Do you ever buy your call back if there is a bad day and resell your call when bouncing? No. Because see, the funny thing about this is when the stocks go up, the value of the option goes up. When the stocks go down, the value of the option goes down. Once you sell it, once they're hooked together, they go up and they go down together. So trying to buy back one and sell and redo something doesn't always work out well. Now, do I sometimes change the strike price midweek? Yeah, when it makes sense. It's always going to be a numbers game. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where is it going? And what should I do next? That's basically it. Let's do this right here. Watch. Whoa. What about there? There we go. Upcoming seminar. Yeah, buddy. All right, so that being said, you guys have a great day. What else do we have? Black Ops. Thank you, Mad. ITW, Illinois Tool Works. Cool. BET, never heard of it. NVIDIA. All right, so Coach David. NVIDIA is a $200 stock that pays a 1 penny dividend and has a 0.02% yield. 0.02. Okay? You know what would be curious? You take the interest rate or the yield, the rule of 72. You ever heard the rule of 72? How many years does it take to double your money? So you take the number of your interest rate and you divide it by 72, and that tells you how many years it should take. So I get 50% a year, 0.5. Okay? We're going to divide that by 72, and we're going to come up with, that ain't right. 72 divide 0.5. 140. That ain't right either. What the hell is the rule of 72? Okay, so 0.5 divide 72. That ain't right. If I'm getting 50% a year, it'll take me about 2 years to double my money. But 0.02, it can take me forever. Chia or Sia, how are you doing today? Okay, we'll have to take a look at that tomorrow. So you guys have a great day. I'm out of here for tonight. Now, I am going to be on later on, but I'm going to be on later on selling something. So it's not going to be this again. That being said, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. But I'll be in a different location tomorrow night, so this will look a little bit different. But I'll see you then. So let's get some mood music.
You dream in stars and dive into the deep, fixing the moon while I rest asleep. Your heart's sinking, no matter the strain.
That's it. Anyway, guys, have a great night, everyone. Bye, y'all. See you guys later. I made a whopping $0 today.